All right, everyone, welcome back into another NFL DFS video. My name is Polzin with 9 to 5 Sports. Going to be getting into the top 5 stacks here for Week 15. As you guys know, this has been a pretty awesome video thus far this season. Even last week, it's like the 6th week thus far this season in which I've been giving out a GPP winning stack. So if you guys were able to apply the knowledge, the running back plays were a little bit off in the lineup process part, but if you guys were able to adjust to the correct running backs, it was a great week for you. So I hope someone was able to apply that knowledge and possibly take down a GPP or at least have a GPP sweat. It was a fun week last week. Let's continue that. Hopefully we can give you guys another correct lineup path into which would lead you into a GPP winning stack and lineup. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into it. Just a reminder, if you guys enjoy the coverage, make sure to like and subscribe. All right, let's go. So as always, I do like to start off with the stack and report which stacks are going to be the top stacks for this slate. Just looking at the QB1, receiver 1, tight end 1, and RB1. Okay, we got the Chiefs popping up there. That just makes sense. Obviously, Mahomes and Travis Kelce just spectacular, and then you got Isaiah Pacheco in a great matchup. That makes sense, but I think the one we're going to be going out of our way is going to be the Chargers. Okay, I definitely agree with that. And then it's no real shocks from there. Chargers, Eagles, Dallas. Okay, those are going to be stacks that you want to be on. So one thing I want to see is which is going to be the best value stack. And that's going to be the New York Jets, which is good because that is going to be a team in which I think we should be going out of our way to stack. I like that a lot. One stack that I'm not going to end up on as well is going to be maybe Mac Jones and then Jacoby Myers or Nelson Aguilar. You could do that. I'm not going to do that. It does pop as like a value stack, though, if you want to go that approach. But without further ado, let's get into the top 5 stacks for Week 15. All right, so my 5th favorite stack is going to be looking at the Kansas City Chiefs side, trying to target Travis Kelce in a pretty solid matchup. Obviously, he's been an extremely consistent player. Then we got Isaiah Pacheco, which you could easily go with Jerick McKinnon instead if you guys want to go that approach. Rex Burkhead, once again, you could go with Dare Ogunbowale instead. And then Chris Moore, if Nico Collins is inactive, I like Chris Moore. And then the Chiefs defense. So let's go ahead and apply this with the players that we love with our core plays. All right, so here's what it would look like stacking it. We get our favorite plays in Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Garrett Wilson. Okay, and then we just go ahead and fill in with Pacheco, Burkhead, Nelson Aguilar, who should be a great value on this slate, and then Travis Kelce, and then I couldn't fit Chiefs D, so we went with Falcons instead. Now, my 4th favorite stack on the slate is going to be a simple one, looking for the Dallas Cowboys, okay? The passing game should be able to bounce back pretty well here. Obviously, last week was a week in which you attacked via the run game. Okay, that's why we just ran out of stack that featured more of a run game against Texans. Well, now the Dallas Cowboys get a great matchup going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I fully expect Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Dalton Schultz to both have, or all 3 of them have, some good games. So once again, let's go ahead and show you guys what this would look like applying it to DraftKings. And if you want to run it back with someone like Zay Jones, I'm perfectly fine with that. He has been a great option in terms of running back a stack with. So I do like that. And then for this stack, you could easily go James Conner, or you could go Tony Pollard instead, maybe trying to get more of a game stack feature there. I'm fine with that, but then you wouldn't be able to go Zay Jones. Okay, be a little bit of a different lineup path. And then so because I couldn't fit Tony Pollard in there, what I did was I just went with David Montgomery, perfectly fine with him as a play as well. More of a shoulder shrug play. Obviously, you can mix and match that the way you see fit. And now getting into stack number 3, trying to target the Detroit Lions matchup. And honestly, going with the New York Jets just makes a lot of sense because they are all priced way too cheap on DraftKings. You could easily run out all 3 pass catchers for the New York Jets with Mike White in there. If they're going to throw the ball 40 plus times, that would be an insanely great approach to go with. And I'll show you guys a way to both use the Jets in a stack as a secondary stack at the end of this video, because that lineup is going to be one of my favorite lineups on the week. Heck, you could even play it in cash. That's how strong of a lineup it should be. All right, so let's go ahead and show you guys how to apply this stack with our core plays. So the biggest issue with this stack is going to be that we don't really have any great players to run it back with. Like, sure, DJ Chark is at a great price point. I would be fine doing that. I just don't really want to. That Jets defense has been so solid, so we are going to have to go with more of our favorite core plays instead. So the beauty about a stack like this, guys, is that there's so much value there. Okay, and if, let's just say, Mike White does go off, okay, that would mean Garrett Wilson probably had a great game, and that would mean Moore and Mims did enough, most likely. And then we get James Conner, who should be one of the top running back plays on the slate, with Derrick Henry, who also should be one of the top running back plays. Then we get Keenan Allen at a great price point, and Travis Kelce, who most likely will be the top scoring tight end play. Obviously, this is a stack that I like a lot. And so my second favorite stack on the slate is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles, just in terms of their upside, okay? Jalen Hurts could easily go for 30, and if he does that, that'd mean A.J. Brown had a great game, and that would mean Dallas Goedert probably had a good game as well. Now, that is predicated on Dallas Goedert being active. Obviously, if he sits, then I think we'd be perfectly fine with rolling with Devonta Smith instead. It's kind of that situation. If Smith is out, or if Goddard's out, we're rolling with Smith. If Goddard's active, we're rolling with Goddard instead. So once again, let's go ahead and apply this stack. So the biggest issue with this stack as well is that you could go Sanders, who does get a good matchup as well. David Montgomery you could try to go with, but I don't know if we want to go with another pass catcher for the Chicago Bears. All right, so here would be a way in which you could go about stacking that game. You got Jalen Hurts, James Conner, David Montgomery. Obviously, not the best, but I typically do like to run it back with at least one player. A.J. Brown, Nelson Aguilar, good value. Dallas Goedert, and then a good value in Brandon Johnson, most likely. And now getting into my favorite stack on the slate, and it's probably the easiest stack to make. It's going to be Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams. Okay, and given their price points, it's going to be a pretty easy to stack game and also just lineup. So there's two variations of this like full stack lineup approach that I want to show you. And obviously you guys could go with Josh Palmer instead of Mike Williams or something like that, Gerald Everett in some one-off situations too. So here is what a lineup would look like just stacking that game, really trying to go out of your way to stack that game. And obviously it's a pretty good lineup. We get Derrick Henry in a great matchup against the Chargers defense, which is a poor rush defense. Then you get Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Okay, obviously great. 3 tight end players with Westbrook and then Chig, the tight end, which you like as well. And then Deontay Johnson, which should be a safe play, and Falcons D with James Conner, obviously. That is really good. But let's go ahead and show you guys kind of my favorite lineup stack, and also you could use it in cash. And here's what it looks like. We get our primary stack of the Los Angeles Chargers, which you obviously love, and then we get to kind of run it back with Derrick Henry and the tight end, which is also good. But then we get our secondary stack with Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore. We just have to hope that the Texans D doesn't go negative. Obviously, that's typically my approach every time. But this is looking like it could be a great potential GPP winning stack, and it has a lot of logic behind it. But that's all I have for you guys for this stacking video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a like and subscribe. That helps me be able to put out more content for you guys. Do want to remind you guys, golf season is going to be full on fledged here in about 3 weeks. Okay, the Century Tournament of Champions is coming. I've been updating a lot of tools that I'm excited to get out to you guys, and that is what the 9 to 5 membership is designed around. But don't forget, we have the NFL DFS DraftKings lineup optimizer as well as the NBA DFS DraftKings lineup optimizer available as well, included in that membership. All right, it's $10 a month. All right, let's get out of here. Let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep cashing.